Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. My name is Abbie and this is Spend More Time in the Wild. Today I am on Dartmoor. In fact, I'm actually at the spot where I'm going to camp for my first night on the Dartmoor Way, a long distance route which travels from Ivybridge anti-clockwise in a circle for 110 miles-ish. So I've got the map and I've got my bag. And what I wanted to do today, just before I pitch up, as I'm waiting for the light to fade so that I can sneakily peek in the woods there, is go through my kit. I want to show you what I'm carrying and have a quick chat about why I'm carrying it and how it's going to help me on the Dartmoor Way today. So without further ado, let's dive into my pack. And actually, before we dive into the pack, let's keep this simple. The pack itself is rather bruised and battered. It's stitched up, it's beaten up, it's shredded, but this is my Osprey Exos 48, so it is a pretty old version of the pack, but it has done thousands and thousands of miles with me. I love it, I can't get enough of it. I have a review of it, including a comparison with the newer version, which is just the latest edition. And anyway, it's got all my little dingle dangles on it, it's got my dog's lead on it, I've got feathers and stuff. It's officially part of me, but it's carrying everything I need for this trip. Almost everything I need. So we're going to come to that in a minute. But first of all, on the bottom here, what I've done is just attach my tent. So this is the Canon I'm going to be using. It's a 3-season tent and it weighs about 1.2 kilograms. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with this tent. It serves me absolutely fine, but I tend to find there's quite heavy condensation, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes throughout the duration of this trip. But it's sturdy, it's strong, it's pretty much bomb-proof, so it's definitely going to serve me well across Dartmoor. On the sides, I have a water bottle, which is half full, and I have another water bottle, which is completely full. I also have a little mug, so this is a nice titanium mug. And then I normally keep my tripod, which I'm filming on now, in this side as well, in the side pocket. That's sort of basically all I keep on the sides. Then we have the back pocket here. So I'm going to unclip this with caution because there's something rather fragile here that I do not want to explode and burst. And that is this. So it's a new toy in my kit, but this is the Sony Adventure. So basically it's like a water bladder or a camelback, which a lot of people use, but it's not got a hose. It's just got a I don't know, like a bottom bit which you can untoggle. And the reason why I've got this is because I'm using it in partnership with my Sony micro squeeze. So this is how I'm going to be filtering my water. It carries 2 litres, so you can see with this bottle, and this thing, I actually have a fair amount of water on me, which should see me through, you know, a decent chunk of time. And essentially, yeah, that's exactly how I'm going to filter my water. So it's got a Ziploc top, so you just undo the top, can get the water in there, and then hang it up somewhere, maybe on a fence post or something, so you've got gravity helping with the dripping of water through the micro squeeze into a bottle. So that's why I have this bottle, because it's got a wider top, and that means the micro squeeze can sit in it quite comfortably. And then I'll pour this bottle into this bottle, and then I'll go again back into this bottle, and then I'll probably carry some extra spares on me if necessary, you know, when I'm camping overnight. So that's my Sony, which was kindly recommended to me by a friend, and already I like it. It's kind of cool. It feels cool actually. So that's that. I have a dry bag which just has some extra camera stuff in, because obviously I'm a filmmaker, I need the camera stuff. Attached to the rucksack I've got a waterproof cover, so that goes over the whole rucksack with everything all attached to it. Make sure it's all protected. In this bag, I like to keep things in bags. I have my ankle gaiters, there we go, just in case I need them because I come across a boggier section. And they have their own bag because if they get wet and muddy, then it doesn't get anything else wet and muddy. I actually have my Sony micro squeeze in here, so this is my water filter, and essentially this is what screws onto the bottom of the Sony, just like that. And this is basically going to help keep me alive. Let's just be completely honest. Very vital tool. I could obviously just boil the water, which is absolutely fine, but it's a time-consuming process, and it uses gas, it uses that fuel, and I'm only carrying 1 gas canister, so I'm going to have to be very strict with my gas use. So yeah, the filter is vital. I have some trail mix as part of today's snack system. What else have I got? I have this bag here, which is just my Extremities bag. So I've got my buff, I've got some gloves, I've got my hat in there, basically just hats and gloves. Again, they've got their own bag because if they get wet for whatever reason, then they're all just protected. And then I just have a spare plastic bag and a random bottle, really lightweight bottle. We picked this up in Germany just because if I'm able to pick up some milk, then I can have a brew and I can just make sure I'm carrying a little bit for the next day, and I don't need the big bottle necessarily. So that is everything in the front. I actually just made up that with the little bottle there, that I didn't know that was there, to be honest. So let's move to the top of my pack. So in here I have got a mask because we still need those at the moment. I'm going to pop that back in a second. I've got my wallet, which should be in a dry bag. I have a banana, which is part of today's snacking system that I haven't eaten yet. I have my wash kit. So in here is basically tissues, plastic bags and hand sanitizer, and I'm pretty sure, yep, just a little tube of ibuprofen gel, or a little pot rather, that I've made myself, just because I have my back injury that is horrible to deal with, and that might help me if I need it. So here we go, just pop some of those things back in there. And then if I unclip this, you can go to the underside of the top of my pack. So I have this pocket here, which is I really appreciate having, and I have a dry bag. So in this dry bag is all sorts of goodies. Everything's sort of in an order of accessibility hierarchy, if that makes any sense. So in here I have my portable charger. I've got a 10,050 capacity one, so it's actually not that big, but I'll come to why that's not that big in a minute. I have my head torch with some spare batteries, so it's a Petzl Actic, just some random earbuds that fell out there. I have a travel pillow and a little travel towel, a tiny one, that's basically like to wash my hands or face if I need to. I have a spare lighter in here, and I have some electrolyte drops as well. So these are little, well, literally it's just a little tube thing which I drop into water just to make sure if it's a hot day in particular I'm getting the electrolytes I need, trying to stay balanced and keep my body as efficiently fueled as possible. So that's that, plonk that there. I have my personal medication pouch, which I need. I have my spork because you never know when you're going to need that on the trail, and I have a random insect bite thing so that if I get bitten by anything, I don't know if the midgies are out yet, but that is there. I react very badly to insect bites, so I'm hoping that will help me if needed. Alright, then we're coming into the main vestibule. So straight away I have accessible something I'm probably going to need, but really hoping not to need, and that's waterproofs. So I've got my waterproof trousers. These are the Berghaus Pack Light. Have to say I definitely need a new pair because they have lost their waterproofing, just no matter how many times I proof them. That's what hundreds and hundreds of miles does to them. I have my mountain equipment Lhotse. This is actually a new one because again the same thing happened with my other jacket, 3 years old or so, and it just wasn't getting reproofed at all. So I've got myself a new one. There we go. Be bold with your colour choice. This here is my clothing bag. So if you're interested in what I have in here, it's basically a lightweight jacket, jumper thing, which is Montane. I have some Montane trousers, again really lightweight trousers, and I have a t-shirt. I have some sleeping socks and another pair of socks to walk in, so that's all in there. Really quite light, I have to be honest with you. And that's my sleeping clothes, so it's really important to me I have a dry pair of clothes to sleep in. I can bomb about in these all day every day for as many days as possible, but having a dry pair to sleep in just means that I can actually switch off, relax and be quite comfortable, so I do like that. Then we're coming to pretty much the heaviest section of my backpack, and that is food. So this is where I want to tell you why I'm carrying a smaller charger and why this is not a completely self-supported trip. So the trail is 110 miles. I have chosen not to resupply in any stores if possible. So what I'm doing is I'm hoping to do this in 6 days. I'm walking 3 days, then Sunday morning, it's Thursday today, I'm going to meet Anna. She's going to come, possibly walk with me, but basically resupply me with food. So I am carrying 3 days of food with me, and basically each day is divided into a plastic bag, which is all in the dry bag. And the reason why I've done that is because I have a long history of eating disorders and disordered eating. I really struggle with food, but I'm trying to empower myself to become stronger and better, and so I've literally sectioned things off. So I'm not even going to go into this bag because that's tomorrow and the days after rations. But in here I've got my evening meal, I've got some tea bags and just a little snack. So that's the rest of today's food. And then yeah, 2 other days in here and Sunday mornings as well, all in their bags. So that's breakfast, snacks, evening meal, and some drinks in there as well. And that really does weigh quite a lot. But I want to make sure I'm fueled, because this trip is not just about seeing Dartmoor, it's about seeing myself, it's about pushing myself. You know, I struggle with wild camping, I struggle with hiking on my own sometimes, and I'm trying to push myself into new territories. I'm trying to challenge myself and do what is uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And carrying everything I need, wild camping along the way, not really having an itinerary, is new to me. But I'm going to give it my best shot, because I want to become braver and I want to really test and find out what I'm actually capable of. And this is step 1 for that today. Back to the packing. Alright, next up in the back of my pack, this is just my little folder which has my notepad in so I can keep notes, and I've actually for the first time ever given myself the luxury of a book. And that's because I am terrified of just empty space in terms of not really knowing what I'm doing, and because I'm not staying at campsites I have nowhere to charge anything. So yes, I have my 10,000 chargy thingy. That's fine for my phone, but I need it as a backup also for camera stuff. So technology is kind of off the cards when I'm not filming, and so I brought a book to keep me entertained and hopefully just keep my mind from wandering in the evenings when I've pitched up and I'm trying to stay quiet. Okay, so we're getting there. There's not a lot in here, let's just be honest. Next up is my roll mat. So this is my Thermarest Neo Air. As you can see, I don't bother with the packet, I just chuck it in there. Roll and chuck, as I say. Then I have my stove, so it's the Soto River Pot, and in here I have the Soto Amicus lighter and a gas. There's just one full gas in there with a lighter as well. So that's the pot and the stove, and I just chucked an elastic band on there to keep it together. Then I have my first aid kit. So this is actually slipped down, it's normally higher, but this is a personal first aid kit. I did write first aid in a Sharpie, but it is clearly washed off. But it's just in a dry bag. It's got all sorts of blister stuff, medication, first aid dressings, just everything I know how to use is in there. Nice and easy, but not just for me, but for anyone else I might find who is in trouble. That's my first aid kit. And then I have, not quite, my wash kit. So this is my wash kit in another plastic bag. Basically toothbrush, toothpaste, and some foot gel, because I like to put this like mint cream stuff on my feet in the evening just to help them be revived overnight, so that when it comes to putting them back in my boots and stinky socks, they're somewhat fresher and keeping the skin subtle and comfortable. Just really helps me mitigate blisters as well. So that's all there. And then right, the bottom, hardly squashed it down. This is my sleeping bag. So it's the Rab. What is it? Rab. It's a Rab sleeping bag. I want to say Rab Neutrino, but I'm not sure it is. I think it is. 400, but anyway, it can compact down a lot more, but I decided to put it in a dry bag rather than its usual stuff bag, just because it gives it that added protection. As you can see, it actually looks really bulky. It's the bulkiest out of everything. So yeah, I am considering possibly lightening up my sleeping bag situation, but for now that's what I've got, and that's going to be my comfortable bed, so I need that. And then just to finish off, we've got some hip pockets, because it's a good old backpack. I have a compass, going to be needing that probably, and on the other side is pretty much where I keep my penknife. This here is filled with heat rub gel to help with my back. I have a tiny little MP3 player, how cool is that? And I have some lip salve. So that is it. It definitely feels heavy, I can give you that, but I think most of it is the tent and the food. Those are definitely the heaviest things I've got here, and nothing really is a luxury except the book. Everything else is pretty much an essential. I am definitely going to use everything in this pack, and I don't actually know how much it weighs at the moment because I wasn't able to weigh it before I left, but if I have weighed it by the time I get back, or once I'm back and I've sort of roughly made up the same thing, then I'll put it in the comments below or in the description below. But that is it. That's everything I'm going to bring with me, or I am bringing with me currently on the Dartmoor Way. So I really hope that was helpful. It's a really quick run through. Obviously it's nothing particularly detailed, But if you are interested in what to pack for an overnight hike, or how to look after your feet when you're on a hike, or how to pick a backpacking tent, I have all sorts of videos across the channel to break things down, make things simple and accessible, and hopefully help you have the best possible time when you're out and about on the trail. The same for wild camping. You know, I've done a video how to overcome fear of wild camping, and I'm still doing that. It's an honest, authentic representation of me facing my fears through all sorts of different stories and examples, and giving you tools, tips and advice to help you do just the same. I want to see you get out, have some good adventures, and enjoy the beautiful wild outdoors. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know how you get on with your trails in the comments below, and until next time, stay wild. I'll see you soon.